betraying yourself always bad. It's always gonna hurt, and only you can understand the pain that you've been through, whether you have hurt others in the process. Only you can understand, or more like it's up to you to try to understand why you feel hurt or why you feel so betrayed to yourself. And I know it may sound patronizing, but all we gotta do is try to take a step back and try to see what specifically kind of like set you off, especially talking from my own experience. Obviously it took me a very long time, like I don't know, like 10 years. Like 10 years or whatnot, just trying to do self-reflecting, trying to understand how things went wrong. In a sense, it's not that things go wrong, it's just that it could be that you have betrayed yourself and you haven't noticed it yet. And that's what I want to talk about. You know, you just betraying yourself and you just didn't notice it, and as time goes by you get more frustrated or you get more angry, or whatever feelings that you may be having, it just keeps on building up and you don't know what it is. And it may be because that you don't know what it is, in a sense, because that's exactly what I was feeling, because at the time having friends and relationship building this friend and relationship was like got to a point where it was too valuable to me, in a sense, that stress started to build up. I start to overthink things and try to plan, not like scheming plan, but like try to, like, in a sense, plan things where I will not make people hate me, I suppose. Like, I'll always try to be on the good side, and that speaks a lot more about me than the others, my friends. Well, used to be friends. I only say that because I lost them during my... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm making this video. But regardless, it's important to try to understand after you feel those emotions. Try to understand why it happens. Is it actually because you are actually unhappy, or are you actually fine with the relationships you have with your SO or friends, but you are actually unhappy with yourself? And because you're so unhappy with yourself, is that affecting your relationship with others? That being whether you respect your goals or image too much, or whether you have too strong of a sense of value for yourself and you don't want to portray that, so you keep trying to stick with it, and it kind of contradicts with you being with others that cares for you. Now, that was kind of my situation. I can only speak for myself, obviously, but it's important to try to understand that process of trying to understand why you're so frustrated, or more like, how do you became so frustrated or so unhappy without you realizing that you are, and you're losing all your friends and all of your past relationship with boyfriends or girlfriends. It's important because without trying to understand how things came to be and how you became to that person, to that point, and it could be in a sense, it could be already too late and you already changed too much, and all you gotta really do is understand and be accepting to the person you have become today, or to the person you are right now. And then you could try to build from there, instead of trying to rebuild who you was before that wasn't working before, because it isn't gonna work. Because if it was gonna work, it would have worked by now. And because of that, it's very important to always try to be true, not to yourself, but to others as well. Having a strong sense of self is always important, but it's never going to be as important as much as others as well. They should always be valued the same. And I understand, I truly understand that putting a sense of, in a sense, putting your trust in others can be very, very hard when you've been alone and or distraught about others for so long that you just don't trust them. But that's not how life is. Life is not just about you. You're gonna have to live with others, especially if you want friends or a significant other with you in your life, or if you do have it in your life. Now I understand that it can work out. It can work out, but it doesn't mean that it'll work out well or perfectly. Now what's important is that you try to grow, or try to see how things becomes what they are now. Try to be better, or at least trying to fix it. But regardless, that's all I have to really say. Goodbye. Bye bye. Bye bye.